Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks. Welcome to you, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Chase McLaughlin set to get it started. Off we go in the rain here in Seattle. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here we go, set. Set.
The first carry for the Spartans, Kenneth Walker. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. The big defensive lineman, Vita Vea, on the stop.
Brings up second and 7.
From the 33, here's second and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That is caught downfield. It's Shaheed. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 28 yards.
From the 39, here's a first and 10.
Seahawks, first down.
Here we go, set.
First and 10 at the 30.
Here's a handoff to Walker, running to the left. Good running inside the 25. And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
Well, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch right there, and that's something that every offense stresses. The ability to be equally effective run and pass on any given snap. They follow up the successful pass play with a big explosive run.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the Bucs 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
Makes it third.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seattle. That gives him 14 touchdowns for the year.
And this is certainly what they've wanted to do all season long, and it's a huge reason, Mike, for this winning streak. Their ability to jump teams early and play with a lead. Everything is so much easier for the coach, for the offense, for the defense. Playing with a lead in the NFL is the ultimate position to be in.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Johnson now to return. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
They run with the Oregon man. It's Bucky Irving. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
On second down, Baker. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down.
Brings up fourth down.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game. They convert on fourth down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on fourth down, had they not gotten it, that's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 9.
180. Kings.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irvin. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
180.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it'll lead to a second down.
Point it right.
Back to the air, it's Mayfield. There's a reception for Chris Godwin. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
We are through one. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. Baker going to give it to Irvin. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 17-yard line.
Here's a second and 9. That's Ibuka in motion. Inside the 10, it is caught. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
First and goal, Tampa Bay.
Man in motion, heading right. A run on first and goal. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball right on the 5-yard line. Second down and goal. On play action, Mayfield. He pulls it in around the 5. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
1 yard on the play.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
180. Regular.
From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. On the move left, and he'll take it on in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Corey Horton now to return it.
Corey Horton on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
36-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, set.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That is completed to Cup. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
9 yards. And the Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Red 80. Yellow 80.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Get this complete. It's Cup again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Straight ahead, it's Walker. Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Darnold now to throw. Dump this off to Charbonnet, complete. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
To throw is Darnold, and that is incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try it now with Walker. And he's going to have a Seahawks 1st down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Red 80. Here we go, yellow 80.
Now Darnold. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Darnold. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here. and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion.
A dive, and he's in! Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. So that is 2 touchdowns in this game, and now 15 for the year. Now we'll get a 2-point try here. Darnold as the offense lined up. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
Real.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Reek Woolen that time. Good coverage, and he breaks it up. 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. We'll keep this one on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Inside the 30. And he will dive into the end zone. 92 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. What a start to the second half. They come right out of the locker room and take it all the way to the end zone for 6.
Mike, we got to find out what that halftime speech was by that coach, because apparently it worked. I mean, talk about a dream start here. You find yourself at halftime, you're regrouping, we want to come out in the 3rd quarter and establish some rhythm and momentum. And boy, do they do that here with their kickoff unit, returning it for 6.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
On the return, here comes Horton. And he'll work this one past the 25, so right about the 28-yard line. Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. Jamel Dean that time. All over him in coverage. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Walker. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Elijah Cansey in on the stop. Here comes 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6.
Here's Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. 15 yards on the catch and run for the 1st down.
15 yards. That's good for a Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Here's Walker. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
16-yard pickup on that one. First down, Seattle.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down.
Here we go, set. Set.
Stafford fires to come. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. It's a gain there of 26 yards. Down at the 12. It's first and 10. They'll run the toss with Walker. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
Here we go, set.
Darnold to throw. That is caught. What a throw. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. That's his third touchdown of the game, and it adds up to 16 now on the season. Now the point after try from Myers. His kick is good, and the Seahawks will make it a two-score game as they are now up 9. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. Mayfield to throw it here on first down. He'll swing this out wide to Irving. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 5. Mayfield to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Rashad White. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Hey, 180!
Baker to throw. Swing this one out to White. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. That is intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Inside the 20. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown.
So in those one-on-one situations, Mike, so often the quarterbacks love attacking those guys in single coverage. The problem is, if you're not perfect with your ball placement and your timing, and that defensive back gets his hands on the ball, there's no one around to make the tackle, and he's off to the races.
For the 2-point conversion.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback. And the ball's coming out to the 35. On first down is Mayfield. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And Mecca Ibuka, the intended receiver. And it's going to be third down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down.
Kings!
They'll go. Mayfield. That's caught. It's Evans. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. Gain of 13 as they convert by a good 3 yards on that 4th and long.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Buccaneer first down.
Give. This is Irving. Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. He's got a man. That's the tight end, Otten. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Baker going to hand it to White. White loses the football. The Seahawks scoop it up. Look at him go. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Seattle. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. There's Evans. He's got it. He works free. Right side. And he will go all the way. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Buccaneers. His second touchdown of the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way. I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
We'll go three tight ends here on first and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
At the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up third and 4.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, you've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. They'll drop to throw. Moving outside the pocket. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
That is caught. He finds Walker. And he will have the first down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
At the 38-yard line.
On the ground, it's Walker. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed. Tracked down behind the line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
Once again, it's Walker. And he'll take this up past the 40. Pick up a 5. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. Throwing on third down is Darnold. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Myers now to add the PAT. He gets it to go. And the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Johnson now to return. Now a hit, and he lost the football. You talk about everything going wrong. A big deficit. All you want is the ball and a chance to get back in the game, and now Greg, they hand the ball right back to him on this kickoff fumble.
Mike, you know the saying, when it rains, it pours, and right now it is pouring on this team. They just can't get out of their own way. They lose a fumble here on the kickoff just to make matters worse. This has just been a complete disaster all around for this unit.
So, it's a win here for the Seahawks. They finish off the first month of the season perfect, as the victory runs their mark to 4-0.